Talking about grammar, I find it useful to divide teaching into three parts. And for me, there are the three X's: explanations and examples and exercises. First thing I want to say is that these are by no means equal. Two of those X's, explanations and examples, are input. One of them, exercises, is output, what the students do. And we all know perfectly well that students learn mostly from what they're doing, much less from what we do. So we need to give them explanations and examples, but for me, the more economical we can make those, the more time and space we can devote to exercises, the third X, the better. All right, first X, what makes a good explanation? As I said, I like it to be economical, short and simple. It's nice if explanations are clear, but actually quite a lot of the terminology that's used in grammar teaching, words like definite, for instance, is much more fuzzy than we realize. We need to be sure that words mean the same inside our heads, students' heads, on the book page, and that they're clear. What else is good? Well, if we don't want stuff to be grey, colour and visual support are obvious things we want. So diagrams, colour used not just to be pretty, but to highlight a structural contrast is something that I've tried to work with a lot. We all do this from time to time. Instead of teaching the students, telling the students something, we give them some examples and they work out the rule. I think this is useful up to a point. It's hard for the students to do. If you do it too much, then they get tired and it takes a long time. When it's done, I think it needs quite careful support, like that. If you just give students the examples and no other help, 25 students will come up with 25 different rules, all wrong. So they do need a certain amount of support, but that kind of work, as we all know, can be motivating and useful. What else? It's almost irrelevant in this particular setting, but where possible, explanations should be in the student's mother tongue. People teaching one lot of monolingual students in the country where their language is spoken often believe that you should avoid the mother tongue at all costs. There's an ancient dogma about this: don't ever use the mother tongue, don't translate. That has no theoretical support whatever, no research support. It's very old and discredited dogma, but lots of teachers still believe that. Don't use the mother tongue. That's my first X, explanations.